While joining us now, Democratic Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona. Senator, thank you so much for being with us this morning. You sent out a powerful message on social media condemning political violence. Obviously, your wonderful wife, Gabby Giffords, did the same yesterday, the victim of a gunshot, not unlike what we saw yesterday, almost 15 years ago, when she wrote yesterday, "Democratic societies will always have political disagreements, but we must never allow America to become a country that confronts those disagreements with violence." What is your message this morning, Senator?
Well, I immediately yesterday thought back to the day Gabby got shot, and I've been thinking a lot about his wife, Erica, his parents, his children. There's no place in our country for political violence. It is never the answer. I remember getting that phone call nearly 15 years ago, and just how hard it was and horrifying to hear that Gabby was shot and then later shot in the head, and she survived. I mean, this is just a horrible point in our country's history. There's never a place for this kind of violence in our political system, and you know, just to think that, I mean, it feels for many people that this is just starting to spiral out of control. We got to get back to a better place.
We've cataloged this morning in some detail, Senator, just the recent acts of political violence, including, of course, the attempt on the life last summer of President Trump himself. We've noted also the responsible statements we've seen from political leadership. Obviously, some members have taken more extreme views, but you do have prominent media figures online, on television, calling for escalation, calling for retribution. How do we as a nation heed the message you're delivering today and hopefully not see this escalate?
Well, those folks need to realize that their words have consequences. I mean, if you're somebody that has a big following, political following on social media, or you've got a podcast, that those things matter. And I think they could wind up being regretful if there is some form of, retaliation for this. Hey, both sides of the political spectrum have been targeted. My wife 15 years ago. Melissa Hortman, the legislator from Minnesota, just months ago, murdered along with her husband in her home. The governor of Pennsylvania nearly killed from arson. The governor of Michigan. The president, targeted twice. This has to, end. And, there are things that we can do. People could be more aware of what they say and how individuals react to this. So I caution individuals out there that want to escalate this, that they really need to be, think about the consequences of what they say, because people do respond.
Senator, also please speak to the other half of this equation. You're right to highlight, of course, the angry political rhetoric, both sides of the aisle, threats to both sides of the aisle, but we're also a culture, a nation that's awash in guns and high-powered firearms.
Yeah, I've been, working on this part of the issue for, well over a decade now with my wife, Gabby Giffords, and her organization, Giffords. Easy access to firearms in our society, where they get into the hands of people who shouldn't have them, makes these incidents more likely, and just gun violence in general, just more prevalent in our society. And there are things we can do about that, too. I mean, we could pass legislation to strengthen our gun laws. Now, we do not know who this person was and how he got this firearm and what his motivation was. Those things do matter. But in general, we've got this very high rate of gun violence. We have over 100,000 people shot and killed every year. We do not have to live like this, and we know what we need to do to fix it.
Right. Before we go, Senator, what is your message to Americans on this day, that we remember an attack on America, but we're also in the middle of our own very serious problems right now politically?
Yeah, I mean, we've got, major issues that we have to address. I think it's important for the President of the United States to look at this moment as an opportunity to try to bring us together as a nation. I did not see that from him yesterday. Hopefully, on the anniversary of 9/11, he gets another opportunity. And I think, all of us that serve in office, whether you're a U.S. Senator, House member, a governor, you need to look at these moments as a time to try to unite us and not divide us.
Where